Hey everyone, and welcome to Rob's Car World news and top picks. I'm going to continue on top picks today. I found this beautiful 1971 MGB GT out in Pittsburgh, and I wanted to share it with you. It's on Craigslist. So here we go. This is a 1971 MGB GT. This car's got 69,800 miles. Seller's asking $16,500, but we'll get into that pricing in a little while. The MGB regular GT was actually the hardtop version of it. The actual greenhouse, as they call it, was designed by Pininfarina, the Italian coach builder that was known for Ferraris at the time. The car came out back in 1965, so it was a big deal because in 65 there weren't that many hatchback cars being built, especially in a sports car layout. This was a 2+2 design, but really it's kind of a stretch to get two people back there, but that's how it was promoted when it was launched back in 1965, I believe. The car we had here in North America, it ran from 1965, and we only had it until 1974 because then emissions and bumper standards started really getting in the way. The car was a very low production car to begin with. It had the 1.8-liter B Series I4 engine, inline-4 engine. So unlike the Spitfire GT6 that had the inline six-cylinder engine that was faster than the convertible version, this car, the GT, the hardtop hatchback, was actually slower than the convertible model. But we missed out because the MGC that was launched back in 67, that car had a 2.9-liter inline six-cylinder engine, and that was very much improved on the horsepower side. And that car came out in 67 and ran until, I think, 69, but we didn't get that car in North America. But I guess on Bring a Trailer, every now and then I'll see one, so somebody brings them in, from a long time ago and sells them. Let's get into the actual ad of this car. This car was owned by kind of like an enthusiast. The photograph here, this car was posted 4 days ago, but the photograph here looks like it was springtime or summer. So he might have been trying to sell this car for some time. During COVID, there was a rush to try to get Spitfires, GT6s, and MGB GTs, trying to get the prices of these cars up because of the demand during COVID, and they came back down. Now I can find MGB GTs around the country, probably for around $9,000, $8,000, needing some work. So if you picked up a rust-free MGB GT and you started doing the restoration that's involved that this car currently shows, I think you may agree that $16,500 is not too far off the mark. I'd rather pay $14,000 for the car, but that's only a $2,500 difference that we need to negotiate and work on. The seller goes in the ad. It's a nice ad, great photographs. The seller goes on there that this car was restored. Doesn't say how long ago, but it was an original solid car. I'm thinking it wasn't a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania car if it was solid. But we'll get into the photos in a little while. He says he's done a lot to the car. The underside of the car is as clean as the top, which you'll see it is. He did a whole new interior. He did detailing on the engine. He did the undercarriage, did new door panels. And it looks like a very decent paint job, too. It doesn't look like an amateur type paint job. So let's dive into the actual photographs and just go through them. What I don't see right off the bat, I don't see any waving in the sheet metal. So I'm thinking that this sheet metal is all steel. And if there is plastic underneath, it's probably very minor. The rear area is absolutely beautiful. Look at that beautiful sail panel going back to the rear taillights. I love the chrome work. I love the chrome bumper and the bumperettes. It has the spoke wheels. It has 15-inch wheels. He upgraded the wheels. All the bright work around the greenhouse is in very good condition. It looks like it was taken off during the paint job, as well as the striker plate, as well as this chrome molding. You'll see some of the details on this car. So overall, the car looks stunning from the outside. Look at that license plate bracket. I mean, there's not even a scrape or rust on it. So this car was almost very show car, and especially around town, it probably would be a show car. I love the insignia in the back. That's so pretty. The car looks really nice. The other side of the car looks as nice as the right side that we saw. The front end, the front grille is all pretty. I don't see any misalignment, any of the panels, so that looks nice. And Yeah, I mean, what's not to like about this car except for the price, right? The door panels, interior is all new, at least newer, and it's not an amateur attempt to put an interior in. Putting an interior in and making sure that the carpets fit well and doing a new door panels and all that, it's not as easy as it might appear when the box lands at your house. So there's a lot of labor involved in doing this stuff. So look at the nice seats, how beautiful the seats are. The dashboard has no cracks or anything like that. Look at a beautiful original gear shift knob. The seats are fantastic. Look at the sill, the bright work on the sill, and all the screws here are nice shape. New rubber stripping around the window frame. So you're getting some value for your money by spending 16.5 on this car. Is it a pristine, perfect car? Probably not. But is it a very nice restored driver? Absolutely. Look at nice door panel, how nice that looks. Again, from this view, you can see how nice and tight the carpets fit. There's no excessive wear on the mat here. All the gauges are bright. The buttons are where they should be. And then look at the sheet metal around here. The chrome work around here, stainless steel around there. It's very nicely presented. Again, the door panel. I love this trunk area, the hatchback area. Also, really love the supports here for the hatchback lift gate. It's actually a spring-loaded mechanism, and it's all chrome. So look how beautiful that is. I don't see any dents or dings in the rear panel, which is very common back in those days. And then the seat folds down so you can put your things back there. So if you want to go camping for a weekend, you can put stuff in the back there and just take a little ride for the weekend and get out of here, So that looks nice. And again, the dashboard looks great. The buttons and gauges look really nice. No radio, which is fine. There might be a radio in the glove box. You never know. And look how nice detailed the engine compartment is. Beautiful radiator, beautiful new rubber stripping across there. Yeah, what's not to like about this car? Another close-up view of the engine. I believe that's the correct color for the engine back then. Beautiful airbox here and blower assembly for heat. Tires look really nice. They probably might be dry rotted. What's what to expect, right? The bolts here are visual. You can see the bolts here, so it's possible that he took the fenders off when he painted this car. And we get into the undercarriage a little bit. The rack and pinion looks beautiful. Everything looks nicely detailed. Everything looks polished and newer. A little overspray here, but we can't be perfect. That doesn't really bother me. The undercarriage looks great. He applied some type of sound deadening or some type of rust proofing here. I'm hoping that this texture is a hard texture, not a soft like a tar texture. As I'm thinking it's a hard texture that he painted over, and everything under here that I can see doesn't look like this car experienced any rust in its lifetime. So again, all the hydraulic lines here, this is beautiful. That's all new. The brake lines are new. The cableways here are new as well. So I'm not seeing much that I don't like. This is an interesting photo. He's showing us a photo of the scratch on the fender, which is nice of him to do. But what this photo tells me is look how deep and how rich that paint looks. So it's definitely not an amateur paint job. Paint looks to be very good. And that chrome work around the wheel well, you don't see any overspray and things like that. So, this car looks to be nicely presented. And you can bring this to a body shop and they can blend that not so easily, but it could come out really nice. The undercarriage, again, looks good. It almost looks like fiberglass, but it's not. One of the things that I would look at to make sure it's not fiberglass, but this execution here on this restoration wouldn't lend itself to fiberglass patchwork, I don't think. So that's one of the things that you'll want to check when you look at this car. But yeah, everything's nice. Love it. It's getting back to the price once again. Can you find these cars for less than 16.5? You can. Can you find it in a fully restored driving mode like this car is? You're going to put that much money into this car, folks. It's going to cost you $8,000-$9,000 to get the car painted today. It's going to cost you, $2,000 to do an interior, if not more. And that's you doing it, after you buy it and all. So I'd probably offer $14,000 just who I am. But I tend to drive people a little crazy, but we're not that far away to making this car a good deal. So again, a nice car, 1971 MGB GT. Check it out. If you go on Craigslist and punch in 1971 MGB GT in Pittsburgh, you'll find the car. For some reason, YouTube does not allow me to put links in these videos that I put together. So still working on that. So if anybody knows how to put links in a video, but YouTube keeps knocking it out, saying it's not permitted. You'll also notice on my Rob's Car World YouTube page, I put all my essays that I've written over the years, and some of them are really current. Some of them are very interesting. I think you might enjoy them if you have the chance to go listen to those essays and share them with friends that like cars. So yeah, if you like this channel, if you enjoyed it, please share and subscribe. We're looking to get subscribers. We'd like to get up to 1,000, and then we can start doing live feeds, and you can ask me any question about the auto industry. We're going to be doing more essays and more news, and that really, I'd like to dive in a lot when it comes to the future of EVs. You know, where are electric vehicles going over the next 4, 5, 8 years? Now that Elon Musk is front row center in the new administration. So there's a lot of conversation when it comes to how car companies are building cars over the next 10 years, how they are planning. So I can tell you right now, everybody wants an assembly plant in the United States. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me tonight. We'll see you again on Rob's Car World. Until then, have a good afternoon.